Hello and welcome to our first quarter meeting. My name is Anna. If you are new here, you were just recently hired. Orientation will happen later. We need to get this business meeting down first. Overall, first quarter was not hot. It was a trek and it was miserable, but we are here now and everything is looking great. I hope I have laid the foundation down to have even better quarters for the rest of the year. We are now in second quarter and thank God, because I cannot do any more of whatever the fuck was going on the last 3 months. If you are not up to speed, I had the most miserable 3 months of my freaking life. And I think it had something to do with me culturally appropriating Hispanic traditions of eating 12 grapes under the table the second it hit midnight on January 1st, 2024. And I think that is what I get for anticipating a great year. Look what happened in 2020. We really thought things were going to be great. And then the panini happened and the chaos that followed it. So, maybe next year we'll be less festive and do our own traditions. Maybe I'll look up Vietnamese traditions to do for a great New Year's. Although I am in America, so literally anything goes as long as you are not being racist, which is also a thin line as well. I hope you're doing good. I have been doing okay, honestly. My coworker, she checks in on me a lot. I think it's because we're on the same wavelength of mania. And so I think she just likes to see where I'm at so she knows where she's at. And I told her, life has been chill. I have been stimulated lately. I have been doing things. I have been out of the house. And surprisingly, I haven't been spending a lot of money, which is insane because the second you step out of the house, it's automatically $150 out of your wallet. But, push and pull, give and take. But overall, I've been doing pretty well. Although, I'm not going to lie, I did have a breakdown not last week, literally 2 days ago. I don't know. It was one of those feelings in the middle of the night. And then all of a sudden, like, you're super sad and you're crying and you're like, oh my God, everyone hates me. My life fucking sucks. Like, how much worse can it get? But then I had to reel it back and I'm like, no, life is actually great. I've been trying to toxic positivity myself into that mindset because I have been too far on the other spectrum of negativity. I think if I go onto the other side of extreme and then work my way towards like a good balance, maybe things will work out for me. But yeah, that's my mindset. Might not be right, and I am completely aware of that, but I've been trying to, toggle with how my mind works. And honestly, it's worth a shot. And if not, then we'll go back to despair and desperation and depression. I don't want to go back there because the sun is shining and it just doesn't make any sense. But if that's the way it's intended, then I can't fight predestination. Yeah, I've had very fun weekends, honestly. Just doing things, being out and about. The sun is shining. It's actually really hot in my room right now. And it doesn't help that I am lighting a candle. It's Diptyque's Violette. That is my favorite candle scent. That's not like their most popular scent. It just brings me great nostalgia, even though I don't think I've ever smelled this scent in my life prior to 4 years ago. But yeah, that is what's lit. I want to work my way up to getting like that giant rose candle, the one that's in like that pink ceramic container. It is beautiful, but it is like $200. Speaking of expensive, I was looking at Stony Clover Lane pouches, and the base price is reasonable. Like the one I want is like the largest one they have for like travel and like skincare and stuff. It's like $78, which is reasonable in my mind. I don't think nylon should be that much, but where they get you are the patches. If you're not familiar with the brand, they're basically the Rae Dunn of pouches. But unlike Rae Dunn products, you can customize it yourself. So I've seen it on like the spectrum of tacky and cute. I'm kind of leaning on the tacky side because that's what really gets me. And I really want like a bright pink pouch with the word stuff on it in rainbow colors. Like that's all I want. Tell me why that's going to run me up about $170 just for the fucking patches. And I try to tell myself, it's probably like sewn in, someone's actually doing it, and in a way it's a fair wage. I'm just trying to really convince myself that it's a good purchase. I still can't get myself to do it. I'm trying to be really responsible, and with that comes decisions that I usually wouldn't think twice about, like buying a goddamn nylon pouch with words on it. But here we are, and I'm gonna make a goal to try to convince other people to buy it for me. Like my half birthday's coming up. If someone can give me like a $50 gift card to that place or even buy it for me, that'd be amazing. I do want to visit one of the stores. I think they have a store in Nashville, pretty close to where my parents live. And it looks really cute. And I want to go there and make my own stuff. Blow some bands over there, because there's nothing else to do. But yeah, I have just been eyeing these pouches. I have a couple of them. I just don't have customized ones. The way I've been going on about fucking nylon pouches for probably about 6 minutes now is ridiculous. I have been really depriving myself of buying things because in the end, everything just is junk. So that's my mindset right now. Although junk doesn't seem so bad right now. I'm itching for something new. But that is where I'm at. And I hope to encourage you to do that too. It's crazy though, because it's getting warmer, but also it is forecasted to rain like next week. And I just can't make the decision on whether to put away my winter coats or not. And it's crazy for me to say that because I live in California. I don't even need a winter coat, but I am a jacket coat girl, and I just have so much. It's really consuming my closet, and I did the whole like trying to declutter, trying to get rid of things, but I genuinely do like my jackets, and I do wear them on a rotation. The rotation is a really big one at that, but I do wear them. But I'm just trying to like figure out when to get rid of them because I'm tired of looking at my closet. I am tired of washing my jackets. I just want less laundry to do. And honestly, I could put them away whenever, but I'm just trying to find an appropriate medium. Let me tell you about my weekend. So this weekend was Coachella weekend 1. Yeah, we all saw that. We saw Lana Del Rey hop on a motorcycle, and it was glorious. It seemed like a really fun Coachella. Like, I'm very FOMO'd right now. Like, T-Pain was there. Why did they give T-Pain like the smallest stage possible? That man is an icon. That is so disrespectful. Chaperone was there. That was the one person I really wanted to see. Knock 2 was there, and I heard he's going to like do a set with Zedd at some point, and I think I might have to get tickets for wherever the fuck that is. That would be so dope. I didn't attend Coachella, but I attended Levechella. I went to San Francisco with my sister and my cousins, and it was a wild ride from start to finish. The rain was really scary, and people were driving like maniacs, and eventually we got to the beautiful city of San Francisco. I don't know what route she took, but that route just made me see San Francisco in a completely new light. Like, I actually saw the beautiful houses. I actually saw like the pretty parts of San Francisco, not like the cracked out, scary parts that I'm used to. And I don't think I'll ever live in San Francisco, but for a split second, those architectural delights had me fantasizing for a brief moment. So my cousin wanted to go to this Swedish candy shop which specialized in the skulls. Tell me why. I was really confused as to why they called them skulls, because when I was looking at them, I'm like, they look like bunnies. Like, I don't know why they keep calling them skulls. Like, I don't understand. And literally the next day, I figured out why. I just had to turn that damn thing around and it looked like a skull. I get it now. Okay. But the Swedish candies were pretty dope, especially I think it was the pink and blue one that was really yummy. It was my favorite, and I want to make the trek back to get some more. They were so yummy. But never in my life have I willingly paid $16 a pound for candy before. That was crazy, but it was good. It was worth it. I finally got to try those sugar lips candies. I saw them on Amazon, but I didn't want to commit to $26. I mean, it was a lot of candy, but I just didn't need that much. So it was nice to like finally try all the candies, be cool and trendy, you know. It's actually really worth it, especially if next time I go and I just get exclusively the pink and blue ones. Those are my favorites. We finally went to the venue, and I'm going to start implementing another segment of the show, and it is Sexy of the Week, where I shout out sexy people. And so my sexy of the week are the two Arab men running the parking structure by the Masonic. Especially the younger guy. He was so cute. Like, he had like this twinkle in his eyes that I found so endearing. So my sexy of the week are those two guys. And honestly, those guys are opportunists, because it was $60 to park there for a couple hours. And when we came back from the show, they raised their price to $90. I mean, that price wasn't towards us, but it's because they knew that it was going to be a busy night, so they raised their price. But I'm like, imagine paying $90 for parking for a couple hours. That is ridiculous. I forgot how crazy the hills in San Francisco are. They're steep, they're deep, and I wanted to die. Y'all know I have I have cancer. That is so bad. I have asthma, and trekking up them hills really showed how bad of asthma I had. And I was wearing my Doc Marten boots, and I was just not having a good time. I don't think any of us were having a good time walking up that hill. Like, I just really forgot how bad the hills were. I remember maybe when I was like 21 or 22, I did a brave thing and I drove to San Francisco all by myself to visit my friend who went to school down there. And when we were walking around, it's because he was used to the hills of San Francisco. But he was like, yeah, like this place is like a mile away. And I'm like, okay, great. Like, that shouldn't be difficult, because he knows I don't like to move. Oh my God. He was watching me. He was watching me climb up those damn hills, and he was like, come on, you got this. Let's go. And I'm like, I am trying my damn hardest. Like, these hills are steep, girl. Like, give me a second. I need to like step aside and breathe. But the whole day he just kept pranking me. He was like, yeah, like it's such a short walk. A short walk to him in San Francisco, walking over a highway, walking over 2 hills. It took us an hour to get where we're supposed to. And he's like, this is a brisk walk. People in the city are crazy, but they're also skinny and sexy. So you know what? I'll give it to you. But oh my God. It just brought me flashbacks to when my friend was like, yeah, it's a quick walk. 45 minutes up a hill. Oh my gosh. It was terrible. But we made it to the concert. And I lost my credit card, which was really annoying because I was trying to pay for drinks. And I reached into my wallet and I was like, oh, fuck. I don't know where it is. And I really thought it might have been in like a secret pocket or something. But I remember the last place I used it at was at a Whole Foods. And that's what I get for supporting Jeff Bezos. A girl just wanted her yerba mate. Like, is that so wrong? But for sure, I think I lost it at the venue because I was trying to hide my GoPro that I didn't even end up using. So the loss for what? But yeah, I lost my credit card and I was really upset and I was kind of tense the whole time. I really couldn't fully enjoy the concert because I was really retracing my steps and I was just on edge. I was just scared that my card was going to get stolen and someone's going to put charges on it. And it's dumb of me, but it was a new card. So I technically didn't make like an account for it yet. So I didn't have like the information to like freeze it. So I was kind of raw dogging it for like a good couple hours. And it was honestly really annoying. But the show was good. I got to see Yunya. Like, she is amazing. I love her. The apple of my eye. I really like Leve's voice live. Like, I love her little personality that she puts in her voice for her live shows. Because, like, if you listen to, like, her songs on record, like, they're okay. Like, it does put me to sleep because she just has that voice that's really soothing. But, like, just seeing her live is so different. And I really like the live versions of her songs. I rolled my eyes when she did her last encore and it was Letter to My 13-Year-Old Self. I hate that song. I hate it so much. And this is controversial, but I really have no sympathy for Wasians. And that song was basically just encapsulating her whole experience as a Wasian in Iceland. And I'm going to say this much. Her only crime was being born in Iceland. If she were in America, everyone would be falling down on their knees, hand over foot for this girl. So I really don't have sympathy for her for feeling like an outcast because everything always works out for Wasians. And Wasians have the biggest ego I've ever met. They're right in front of Filipinos. I said what I said. But she did that song. I rolled my eyes and we left. We almost died going home. So we were crossing the Bay Bridge and some car came over on the left lane. Basically sideswept a car in front of us. And that car did like donuts, then like caught on fire. And then it just stopped in the middle of the road. And honestly, if we delayed our reaction briefly, or if we were that car that was in front of us, we would have been the ones hit. Because that car was hit real bad. So we had to pull over. My cousin called the police to make a report. And we moved on about our day. Our night. It was very scary. Like, I contemplated going to church the next day. That was how bad the whole scene went. And I'm very upset because my sister's dash cam just overrided the whole footage. So I really wanted to see it and insert it today, but it didn't work out. She's going to try to retrieve the clips, and if we do get it, then I'll put it in at some point, but it was crazy. That could have been us, and I don't know how we would have reacted to that. I don't think I would ever leave my house again if that were me. And then we had to make a pit stop in Berkeley because we were hungry. And we, of course, ended up in like the worst part of Berkeley. My sister's GPS was tweaking for real. And so it took us to like the back roads. And in those back roads, we saw homeless camps. On top of homeless camps, I am pretty sure I saw drug dealing happening right in front of us. My sister literally, it was like a 4-way stop. My sister did a stop. I'm like, you don't got to stop. Just go. Because I did not want to get caught up. And tell me why every other section we passed, it was people lighting trash cans on fire and just scariness. We couldn't have gotten out there soon enough. I'm like, did we have to eat, guys? It was a scary experience. All to say, I was so glad we made it home. We made it home around like 1:30 a.m. I was so tired. That day was a whole day of activities. No downtime. It was event after event after event. And the events that happened after just was the cherry on top. So I couldn't have waited to get home soon enough. I didn't even sleep until like maybe 3. I was just sorting out my emotions. And then like me still upset over my missing credit card. It was not fun. But overall, I had a great day, you know. Lots of things to do, lots of fun times. I do want to go back to San Francisco to go to that candy store though. That was fun. That was a fun time. The parasites in me want them. So we might have to go back there soon. But no, it was scary. The whole car accident. I hope both parties are okay. I was really trying to like look up on the internet if there was any news about it. But apparently there was an even bigger accident that happened back in February. So I couldn't find anything so recent. But yeah, we are safe. I did not end up going to church the next day, but I was grateful to not have been in the mix. Speaking of mix, I need to mix myself into the gym. My clothes don't fit me right now. I'm like in an in-between of sizes, and like my weight just fluctuates. It doesn't fluctuate so badly, but it's to the point where I don't want to buy clothes anymore because I'm just so tired. I have no ass. I would bring Hank Hill to shame because I have no ass. Like my jeans, they fit me funny, and all my clothes fit me funny. Like they're not even tight. They're just like oddly loose, but they're still hanging on, you know? So I need to work on that. You know, either lose weight completely or like get an ass. It's like one of those two. I tried to go to the gym that morning of the San Francisco trip, but I think I stayed up till 2 just like looking on Pinterest. So, you know, I didn't do it. I will try again this Saturday. I don't think I have anything going on. I think my sister and I are going to go to the mall to like play with slime. But other than that, it's an uneventful weekend. So hopefully I can get my life in check and get hot for summer. I'm going to make a summer bucket list, and I will share that with you as it approaches. I'm still very bitter about not being able to go to Coachella this weekend. Although I feel will be uneventful compared to the first one, I'm still bitter because I will still be hearing about it. So I will be mourning and grieving all weekend. Is that stupid or what? I wanted to talk about Juicy Couture grifters. I didn't realize how difficult it was to get a vintage Juicy Couture anything, honestly. And it's really frustrating because I feel like I would be good at finding Juicy Couture items just because I know it's like a niche, but I still feel like I could have gotten lucky and like have been able to pick up the things I want, but I have not. And I've been on so many like Reddit forums and Discord pages about people being scammed. Who is out here making fake Juicy? That's my question. And it's crazy because I know Juicy kind of like makes things for what is it, like Marshalls and Ross and TJ Maxx and stuff. First of all, the stuff that is sold there are ugly as hell. I'm not a logomania girl, so I think that's why I find it tacky. But they're really ugly, but people are out here buying them at like 100% markup almost just because they got it for $18. It's crazy to me. And the audacity that they leave the tags on too. I'm like, and there are people out here buying it. My aunt was, I guess you would say, a baddie back in the days. And she was actually the one that got me into Juicy. And I'm so mad that she got rid of them. She got rid of all of her stuff. I was so mad because once the resurgence came back, I was like, hey girl, like, do you have any of your Juicy stuff still? And she was like, no, I got rid of them. Like, I entered a new era of my life. Like, I just didn't find it fitting. And that is when my hoarding tendencies kicked in. I'm like, should I start hoarding all the stuff I have now? Because of course, fashion is always in a circular cycle. Things will always come back in style. And honestly, the stuff that I wanted from the resale market were the things she had. And I think it was just for pure nostalgia's sake that I wanted them. But now I really want them and I don't want to pay that price. Because at that point, I might as well just go get some luxury. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, but these people, they are full on marking up things crazy. And it's honestly really impossible to find like Juicy things. I didn't think it was going to be that hard. And I think it's just me not wanting to fork up the money that they're asking for because it's not worth it like that. Hopefully Juicy Couture as a company gets the hint and they'll make new things. Although I feel like it won't be as nice as the vintage ones. I say vintage as if 2006 wasn't like 10 years ago. But like, come on. A client called me at work today and I straight up ignored it. I just didn't think it was necessary. So my day job is accounting adjacent. Honestly, I'm just the messenger. I don't come up with the numbers. So I don't understand why clients think to call me when other people in charge of what I passed along are on the email too. But yeah, this client was blowing up my phone. I was like, okay, first of all, I did not sign up for this. When I signed the dotted line to be hired, they said I didn't have to answer no phones. And that's what I'm not going to do. I just found it so silly that you think you could just call me. I sent her a follow-up email. I'm like, hey, I'm going to CC these people again. And I hope they can help you out. Don't call me. One of my coworkers actually does not list his extension on there. So I want to do that too. But knowing my luck, they're going to be like, why did you intentionally leave that out? I don't want to get into it. I'm already on thin ice with HR. So let's just say I'm trying real hard to stay on the good side. Yo, that Sabrina Carpenter song, Espresso, is so good. You know what? Sweet by Hosier is replaced by Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. That's the song I want to shove up my ass. Like, it's so good. It's so addicting. It definitely feels like summer. You remember that one summer where Calvin Harris released like all these bops? That's the vibe that Espresso gives me. And I love it. I truly think the first quarter was the worst time of my life. I did not enjoy music. Nothing was making me happy. But the second quarter, so far so good. You know, like, I want to not die is the best way I can describe it. You know, And I'm hopeful that things will go right. I really hope so. I went to this thing with my cousin the other day, and honestly, it opened my eyes to how a lot of my problems can definitely be not prevented, but solved. And this is how I know I was a really bad psychology student, because basically there were therapists involved. There were coping mechanisms involved. So just an idea of where I was. But basically they're just telling us about ways that you can control your triggers, and really had me thinking that I can apply it to my life too. Because basically what the therapist was saying was it's not your actions that are the problem, it's the trigger that caused the action. So it really made me think deep about my issues and how the triggers lead me up to the actions that I take when things trigger me. And it just really had me really filing through all of my negative emotions, all my past actions, and how I dealt with things in the past. And I'm not gonna blame myself for what I did. I just lacked the brain cells to really not brain cells, that's so mean. I just lacked the tools to get to the point of healing, I guess. I just lacked the tools to get over the bridge. And you do what you can with what you got. But no, going to that session really opened my eyes. And it's really having me consider going to therapy again. Like I said, my frontal lobe, I feel, is truly forming at this stage in my late stage of life. And I'll be honest, when I was in therapy initially, I wasn't honest with myself. I was in very much a victim mindset because I wasn't honest with myself. And in many ways, yes, I am a victim of the situation, but there definitely could have been moments where I could have taken a step back and not have catastrophized everything. And that's just life. You live and you learn, and sometimes you learn things a little too late, but I am here now. I think I'm ready to be honest with myself, and I'm ready to really self-actualize, I always tell my friends this, growing up, I feel like a lot of my caretakers and the adults in my life, they've definitely let me down. But for most of them, I will say they just didn't know any better. For the other ones, I can say it was more of a power trip and not really knowing how to deal with their own emotions, and most of it was projection. But I also there's just so many layers to how I grew up and how I turned out and how complicated my emotions are towards those in my life. But overall, I just kept going back and forth between forgiveness or revenge. And not revenge in the way that I'm going to ruin your life. More like, I don't know, just a vindictive approach of never forgiving those in my life. Especially towards my parents, because they worked all the time. They weren't emotionally available. And it's not their fault. They had 2 fucking kids, So they did the best they can, and that's all I can really that's all I can be thankful for, because I could have been in a way worse situation. I could have not had the caretakers I had. Not saying they did everything right. Humans aren't perfect. And when I get really upset, like when I spiral, it's really hard for me to try to ground myself and try not to victimize myself, because I feel like in many ways I would like an apology from those that hurt me. But then when I'm actually in the right state of mind, I just think, would I even forgive them? And in many ways, I don't think I would. So what's the point of demanding an apology? And a lot of the times you just have to move forward with your life, and that's it. You don't get the closure you want sometimes. You want closure, but you're not going to get it. And you just have to be okay with that and just let things as it is. Because what I was slow to realize is a lot of the things that people do to hurt me it's not my fault. It's more of a reflection of someone's projection. So I just have to not take it personal. And I've been working really hard on that, because for someone like me, I can't help but to take things personal when people do hurt me. And sometimes it's easier to blame others. You don't want to be responsible for your feelings, but those people aren't responsible for yours either. So when things happen like that, I just have to really step back and say, that's not a reflection of me. They hurt me, but in many ways they are hurting themselves. So when I broke down the other day, I was trying real hard not to fall back into my patterns. I was trying real hard. I will say I made it through just a little bit. But I don't allow myself to think about the things I did before when I spiraled, which I think is an improvement. And I think maybe with some SSRIs and some therapy, I think I can overcome this stuff and be the best version of myself. I went on a little date with my goddaughter last week, and it was cute. She's an adorable little 11-year-old. I think she's 11. I don't know. But we went to IHOP because she wanted to try the Sonic meal. Come to find out, it was just a regular kids meal with Sonic TM put at the end. But it was cute. She brought her little Sonic plushie, and it was really awkward the first 20 minutes, but we made it through. We found common ground, and she asked me a lot of personal questions. It was I didn't expect her to ask me, but it's so crazy because she was just a little baby, and now she's a flourishing young woman, and it's really hard for me to reconcile with that because I will always see her as a little baby. It was a fun little day, we did a little shopping, a little browseroo. And yeah, I want to do them more often. I feel like I want to connect with each of my little cousins. There's so many of them. I'm going to go bankrupt doing that. I am relabeling my 3 things to my top 3. I think that sounds cooler. It sounds more serious. And it sounds like it's worth something. So my top 3 for the week, Swedish candy. I'm obsessed. You don't understand. The way I'm trying to lose weight, but want to eat my weight in that candy makes no sense. My second thing is green Thai iced tea. I don't know why, but every time I mention it, it just sounds like a foreign concept to everybody. So has it always been a thing, or did we just make it up? I love it. It's basically Thai tea that tastes like green tea, but there's hints of Thai tea in it. I was introduced to it this February at a Galentine's Day, and it was so good. And if it's on the menu, I'm gonna order it, girl. I am a Thai tea girl through and through. But this green Thai tea thing, I just love anything green. So it's my new favorite thing, and I love it. My third thing is the Lush perfume called Pansy. On top of that, I think I belong in San Francisco. The gays and the girls love me. Everywhere I went, compliments galore. I know I'm that girl, but wow, that was just so validating. Especially in the Lush store. I know they're a little bit more aggressive because they want you to buy stuff, but everyone in that store was like, girl, you look so cute. I love your vibe. Like, I'm like, thank you. Maybe I do belong in the Bay. I don't know. But when I went into the Lush store, I was smelling the perfumes. I have a pretty good idea of what I like at Lush. So I just went there to like smell the fragrance again just to make sure I like it. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I'm going to get Pansy because I like it. It honestly smells like everything that's embodied in Lush, like smell wise. So I bought it and it smells great. I've been wearing it every day, and the lasting power is a lot stronger than I thought. So I'm very happy about that. That was a good purchase. Thank you for coming to this first quarter meeting. I hope second quarter is amazing. We got this. Every day is a new day to turn that shit around. Remember, you got free will, baby girl. I have to remind myself that all the time. Like, I was literally sleeping at my desk at work, and I was like, wait, I have free will. I can like get up and go to Chipotle. So, you know, anything that helps you get through the day, just do it. I hope you slay your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.